Hello everybody, welcome to Jesse's Tea House. I'm your tea guy Jesse, and we are back with another monthly video blog community update with Jay Wong. How you doing, Jay?
Hey everyone, good to see you.
Very good. It's great to have Jay back. It's hard to believe it's already been another month, but we've been doing lots of great community stuff and, building up our tea community on both social media and online, many other ways. And so, Jay, what have we been up to this month?
Yeah, so I've been talking to members of our community. A lot of them have told me that they've been recommending Jesse's Tea House to their friends, to their family, even colleagues. So word of mouth has been huge for us, and we want to find a way to reward that. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about the meetup with all of our subscribers?
Oh man, I think hearing how different people approach tea. I think we had a long conversation about the proper way to steep and honestly, there is no one right way, right? And I think that was your key message as well. But just hearing people weigh in on how they like their tea, I think that was really fun.
Yeah, it was super cool. Subscribe to the tea club. You can be part of all the subscriber events. What are we drinking today, Jay?
I just got this in the mail. It's Dui Dui Sakura Cloud Sea Lao Banzhang White Tea. It's a mouthful to say, but really excited.
Yeah.
And the packaging kind of reminds me of those coin chocolates I used to eat as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's the gelt. It's the Hanukkah gelt of tea.
Yeah.
It's gelt tea. They're called tea coins, Yibi, Tabi. We also have it available in the big cake versions as well. So I'm gonna drink from the big cake version, you drink from the tea coin. If you're drinking the tea coin version, like the one Jay has, give it a little bit more of a wash steep, like a longer wash steep. You could even leave in there for 30, 40 seconds on the wash steep to let it get open a little quicker. For this, which is it is pressed into a cake, but it's also mostly, it's loose leaf, I can tear it off with my hand. This one, the wash steep can be much shorter. That's just because the whole point of the wash steep is to kind of wake up the leaves, and if they've been pressed, it's going to take a little bit more time for the water to get in there.
30 to 40 seconds?
30, 40 seconds. I mean, it's not super scientific. It's just the longer you do the wash steep, kind of the faster you get to the middle steeps. And that tea will be able to steep, that tea coin will do easily a dozen steeps. So it's good. The Lao Banzhang white tea is powerful. It starts out really sweet, and then as it goes into its progression, it becomes punch in the face. It's juicy. It's a good one.
I'm ready to get punched in the face, Jesse.
That's good. That's why we're here. So
yeah.
Other than getting punched in the face, what have we been up to for the last month?
Really exciting news. We just heard back from our China team about the rat tea pet competition. Last week, or last month, I should say, we talked about the 11 kind of contestants, and we chose 3 as our finalists.
Yep.
And I'm really excited because my betting favorite, I think I called it the Scandinavian inspired rat with a minimalist design.
We're gonna be building the prototypes and everything of this, going through the mold making process. We'll keep you guys updated with that as it's happening. By the time this airs, we actually may have even more information and footage for you than we have right now. But it's really cool to see all these, the tea pets are submitted. Thank you to everybody who submitted. Thank you again, congratulations to our winner. All their information will be up here. And it's just really great to see people taking part in the community, and we're gonna be able to have this tea pet in our next box, which is super exciting.
Shout out to our really talented community. People submitted all sorts of really cool creative designs. And moving forward, we're going to keep having these types of competitions. So, I would love to see more submissions and more, fun designs moving forward from everyone.
Cheers, enjoy.
Cheers. And speaking of tea pets, I got my little scrump guy over here.
Oh, you got the big puff.
Big puff.
So the pufferfish, for those of you who don't know, my pufferfish tea pet has a cult called the Cult of Scrump.
That's right.
On Discord. So
there's a separate channel on Discord dedicated.
Yeah, he's got his own thing going. We were wondering how that happened, and then I was like, I did make a video where he kind of possessed me, and I did make more than one video where he kind of possessed me, so I think that's where it came from.
Cheers, Jesse.
Awesome. Let's keep moving on with community updates. What else do we want to share with people?
And so we're introducing something called the mystery box. It's going to be a new item on our store, but we don't see it as something that you're going to be able to purchase necessarily.
So that was the original idea. If you refer somebody, you send their email, and if they wind up subscribing to the subscription club, then you get a coupon for a free pick from the mystery box, which is an item on the website. So whenever you get the coupon code, it'll have a link to the mystery box item. You put it in your cart and you can get it. You'll have a coupon that makes it free, and it's a random pick. It could be a tea pet, a tea, we have a whole bunch of stuff in the literal mystery box, and then the packing team will take a random pick and send it off to you. Hopefully this will be easier to understand when it gets going. We have this link to the mystery box item in the video description so you can see how the process works.
Yeah, we think it's gonna be a fun way to spice things up and really reward our subscribers for bringing other people into our community.
The more people in the community, the better, and it will be very exciting. As we go forward, hopefully guys, we'll start getting some mystery box pits.
We're gonna have a lot more information about this mystery box referral program in the description below, so make sure you check that out.
We also have a couple community questions, right?
Yes, we have 2 questions. One is a text-based question and one is a video submission. Let's do the text-based question first.
This is from the Discord server. Again, if anybody wants to join the Discord server, we have like 6,000 tea friends on there. And as far as like tea stuff goes on the internet, I think it's like a super healthy community. Like people are really nice to each other. It's just like a good place to be. All right. So the question is from Tikisri. Would like to ask, when first starting on your tea journey, is it worth buying a more expensive tea for comparison, or should you work your way up from everyday teas to the more luxury teas? This is a really good question. So I kind of think where you're looking to get is to have like a collection of different types of teas of different costs so that you always feel you have what you want to be having. Some teas are just gonna cost a lot more money. Maybe they're more aged, maybe they're more rare. Maybe they only sell them in very small batches. Whatever the thing is, you're gonna have teas that are like not at a level you can affordably drink every day. But similarly, you don't wanna just have those teas even if they are better or even if you like them more. You wanna have something where you can drink every day and not feel like you're like, I'm running through my whole savings. So I think that the goal should be to get, a couple everyday teas and a couple kind of special time teas. And even within those, you can have really every day, or you can have maybe like 2-3 times a week, not a problem. And then for the rare ones, you can also have like a little bit rarer, but ultimately, still not that crazy. And then, we have the occasional, like I have a cake of Borderlands tea, which is like, probably around 70 years old. And when it's gone, and it's not even possible to buy it. Doi Doi gave it to me as a gift. And so like that tea, I think I've had twice this year since coming back from tea with Doi Doi, both times with people who are like real tea heads. So there's definitely a balancing that needs to be done.
Right.
And in terms of where to go get that tea, obviously we have some on the site that are kind of more everyday prices. In general, when you buy the bigger cake of things, you get a much better deal. So the cake of this is kind of the equivalent of buying, I think, like 4 of those containers, but you get almost twice as much tea. So like if you really like, for instance, the Doi Doi's Laobanjiang white tea, another way of making an expensive tea an affordable one is just to put down a little extra cash and then you have this, but then it will last you a long time. So that's one way of kind of getting a fancier tea at an everyday price.
Sorry, I was gonna ask, what's your daily driver?
I drink a lot of the Sister Ai's everyday tea line. We have an everyday raw pu'er, an everyday sheng. We have an everyday red, we have an everyday white. The white ones come in little tea mini bricks, those are really nice. That tea I find to be really good and it's pretty reasonable. I also drink a lot of like the Laobanjiang white tea. I really do drink this one a lot. And at the bigger cake price, it's a lot easier to buy.
Yeah, you were actually spot on about the steeping. Like the first steep was like I was like, this is kind of mid. And then the second steep, I'm like, whoa, like I really taste the flavor.
Yeah. And then also like I really encourage people to try a bunch of different things. I think like sometimes if you buy a tea, you might feel pressure to like have to rebuy that tea always if you like it. Where if it's an expensive tea, you might not want to get into that habit of being like, this tea is kind of beyond my price range. But try it once. Try it once, enjoy it, and then slowly work through it. And then maybe somebody's coming up and they have a question of like, oh, what gift should I give you? And like, oh, get me the tea that I really would like and maybe don't want to buy myself. So that's always a good way to look at it. But I think you should have all sorts of things from everyday tea to up to like higher tea. What I will say though is that don't get bad tea if you get a lot of it, because like I find this in my own life as well. You will only drink your bad tea when you've drunk all your other tea, because any given day, why drink the bad tea? So if you have a lot of a bad tea, it might seem like you're kind of getting a deal, but it's kind of like, you can't eat 4 dinners in one day. So you want to eat a good dinner. You don't want to eat like, 3 crappy dinners because there are 3 buffets and then you're going on to your real meal after eating 3 buffets. Like you just can't drink that much tea like that you're gonna want to drink that bad tea. And so as a result, like I have lots of tea that I got, including some tea I was given as gifts and some tea I actually bought myself. And I'm like, if it's not up to the level of my everyday tea, if it's below the level of my everyday tea, in practice, it never gets drunk.
Right.
So I would say that as much as it's good to have kind of an everyday and above, but anything below your everyday standard in practice is gonna sit there forever and it's just wasted money.
So I'm just gonna try to summarize. Don't get bad tea, get good tea, and try different varieties, right? Mix and match. Awesome.
Yeah. That's good. So you just gave like whatever that 3-minute rant was, you did it in 15 seconds. So I appreciate it.
We have one more question from a mysterious person who actually didn't leave their name.
Here we go.
Jesse, I've been hashtag Team Clyde for a while now, but I haven't seen him in any of your videos recently. Where's he at?
This is definitely not Rum Brave and a mustache, is it?
Oh, couldn't be. I know what Rum Brave looks like.
Let's put a side-to-side comparison up with last week's Rum Brave video. I think it's pretty different, right? There you go. Clyde's right here, man. I gotta get Team Clyde back on the tea table more often.
Wait, tell us more about Team Clyde.
Yeah, Team Clyde. So Clyde was one of the first tea pets that I ever had on the website. It just happened to be that when I came home to America in 2020, COVID hit in midair. So I got stuck back in America and all of my tea collection in China got locked in China for years. It turned out to be 3.5 years. And so I had a couple tea pets that I just happened to have at my parents' house because every time we would go to China, they would go to China, we would go to the tea market, we'd pick up a bunch of stuff. And one of the tea pets that I had kind of stationed in America was Clyde. And so from the earliest days of the tea channel, everybody was on Team Clyde, man. And it's true, I've kind of gotten away from those early days because we've had so many more tea pets come in, but Clyde's an OG. And Clyde definitely should be on there. I may or may not have had, more than 100 and less than 200 Beanie Babies in my time also. So there was a period, but.
Learning more about you, Jesse.
Yeah, you're learning too much about me. People know too much about me on the internet. Clyde is right here. We're all Team Clyde. I got to get Clyde some more airtime.
Got to give Clyde some more love.
Got to give Clyde some more love. We'll give him the rest of this tea over here. Bam. Enjoy. What else are we doing that's going on this month that we want to share with people?
Yeah, I mean, we're just preparing for our China trip. We're all super stoked to be going to visit Dui Dui and Sister Ai and, see all the tea fields ourselves. Unite with our team for the first time. A lot of folks are meeting each other in person for the first time. This has been a fully remote company for many years. And so this is super exciting. We're going to be filming quite a bit of content. So definitely look forward to that. What are you excited about, Jesse?
I mean, I'm excited about having the team members that have never been to China before coming on this trip. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's very unusual for people to come and have their first trip in China and go immediately to rural China. Because China has, the cities are huge and all the airports are obviously in the cities. And if you don't know people in rural China, it's hard to get to rural China. It's gonna be interesting to have we're flying the whole team into Guangzhou. We have people coming from the West Coast, the East Coast. We have 2 friends coming from the Philippines who are working on the website and email. And so they're coming in from the Philippines. They've never been to China. Customer service team, Angel and Claudine, they've never been to China. And then we're immediately going to Xinhui to see the tea orange farms and then way out into the wild to go to see Dui Dui and Sister Ai. So I'm excited to see what they think of China on their first trip through, and especially to be able to show them rural China, which even a lot of people who go to China never get to see.
It's going to be fantastic. And I think you're a good person to help bridge that gap.
It's kind of the bridging is more necessary than ever now. We both were living in Beijing 10 years ago. Yeah. There were tons of flights in and out. Lots of people were coming. People were really interested in engaging with China. And now it's really closed off quite a bit. And so, unless there's a reason, people don't go. And I think it's kind of a shame because even back then, a lot of people never got out of the cities. So now to be able to take people to rural areas and meet people like Sister Ai, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Beautiful opportunity.
What about you?
I'm excited. So Angel, our customer service lead, she talked about doing videos on things that she and Claudine were going to be trying for the first time. So karaoke is on that list, and we may or may not have videos of the whole team singing in a karaoke lounge for our next episode. So I'm really stoked for all the team building.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And as you said, like the company's been remote from day one, and you know, initially that was because of COVID, but then it just became because like rent is expensive, and like, you know, I've erred towards hiring the right people regardless of where they are, rather than, you know, saying like, oh, you got to live in LA because I'm in LA. And so like, you know, at this point, everything that we do is global. We're buying tea, we're sending it all over the world. We have a warehouse open to the EU now. Like the UK warehouse is on its way. It's like the company is global, whether or not like, you know, we have an office somewhere. And so I'd rather spend that money, instead of spending it on an office, I'd rather spend it on plane tickets to get everybody to China so we can all drink tea together. I think it'll be more fun that way. So yeah, but that's going to be really great. Our next video, I believe, is going to be shot from the Tea Mountains. So we may be a little off in terms of our monthly uploads because everybody's going to be traveling. But the next video of this update is going to be in China, which is going to be super fun. And so if you guys have videos you want to see while we're in China, any ideas about that, leave comments below, and we'll be able to, you know, hopefully make the sort of stuff that you guys want to see.
Yeah, let us know. We're happy to deliver.
Awesome. Any last things you want to share with everybody, Jay?
Yeah, just super excited. I'm going to continue engaging with the community, talking to our subscribers, and giving you guys more of what you'd like to see. So. Sure.
Yeah, very cool. It's great to be able to have, and thank you again, Jay, for your work in helping to grow the community. Thank you to everybody who's been a supporter of the page and of the site. And again, if you want to support the site, go and sign up for our subscription tea club. 3 new teas every quarter. New tea pet, new cup is optional. And then we just work really hard to get really good stuff there. The subscription is pretty heavily discounted from if you buy the stuff individually. So any given month, the best deal on the website is always the subscription box. And if you are a subscriber and you have friends that you think should be subscribers as well, the mystery box program details will be in the video description. Please do help and get your free mystery box picks. All right, have a good one then. Enjoy the rest of your white tea. You've got about like 9 steeps left or something like that after this call. So great to see you. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jay.
And we're done. Okay, got it. Hey there, everybody. Jesse here with an update. Unfortunately, since the time we recorded that video with Jay and now, we have more updates and they're not good ones. Due to the executive orders, we're going to have to be putting a pause on the subscription launch on May 1st, probably delaying it until June 1st or July 1st, but I cannot give you a firm date because we don't know what's going on with shipping in the USA anymore for problems coming from China. My approach to this is basically just to try to ride this out with you guys in real time, communicate as thoroughly as I can through our videos and our emails. We're probably going to have to raise prices if the tariffs are not removed. If that happens, we'll definitely be giving everybody a heads up and making sure that the new prices are okay with you before we send anything. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be fighting to do as much as I can to keep the service as good as possible, as affordable as possible. But I also am not in charge of these big international things. And if you are in support of lower prices for your tea, I do encourage you to contact your representatives and let them know that the impact this is having on the small businesses that you deal with in your real life. There are real people that are kind of suffering from business perspective, and also you guys as customers because of the tariffs that have been put into place. So again, thank you so much for being good community members. And we're gonna be here with you in the long term. We're gonna ride this out. I was into tea before I started selling tea, so I'm not going anywhere, and I hope you guys stay with us as well. Thanks so much.